That's what I did. I'm glad to be on the road. I'm having some problems at home. I don't mean problems. I have right now a situation I'm dealing with. There is a raccoon living in my chimney. I'm totally serious. We can't get him to leave. You know how I discovered it? This is the worst way to discover it. I heard a noise in my chimney, and so I stuck my dumb head in there, and he took one of his tiny demon hands and grabbed my nose. They have human hands. I thought it was a tiny demon, like, you're coming with me. Like, I thought, it's a chimney. I was like, oh no, like, it was a bad situation, right? He screamed in my face. It was awful. And so I know what you're thinking. Right now, you're just thinking, why don't you just light a fire, right? I can't. Every time I stick a match in there, he goes, and that's it. Can't. It's horrible. So I call animal control. I'm like, hey, I have a raccoon. You guys need to come and get it. And the lady goes, we can't come get a raccoon unless they're injured. Yeah. And I was like, well, how do you injure a raccoon? Like, just do you have a manual? Like, how do I... Is it emotional? Just do that? Like, just emotional? Because that I know. Right? That I got. Right. And she goes, if you injure that, I have to call the police. That is animal cruelty. And I'm like, you told me to do it. I didn't want to do it. You told me to. You told me to. Right? And so she goes, well, what you can do... She goes, this guy's already dying. It's already so good. It's already so good. She goes, what you can do, she goes, they don't like loud music, like music with a lot of bass. She goes, so if you blast music, it'll make them leave. So I'm like, okay, fine. So all day, I'm just blasting like EDM and rap, just loud, obnoxious music. My neighbors are looking, I have the windows open, like, you know what's going on, there's a raccoon. I'm like the world's weirdest neighbor. And he doesn't leave. And so I call back, tell animal control, I'm like, I need to get rid of this raccoon. And she goes, okay. She goes, what you can try, she goes, if you attract another raccoon, she goes, they'll fight and it'll be disputed territory and they'll both leave. So I'm like, all right. I think bringing another raccoon in this situation is a perfect idea. Like, it can't get any worse. So I do it. I attract a raccoon. I'm like, what do they like to eat? And then I was like, what do I like to eat? Like, I think we eat the same things. I have a suspicion. So I just leave a trail of like Cheetos and Papa John's just up to my chimney, right? And it happens one night. It's like late at night. I hear there's a rustling. There's raccoon screams. It's crazy, right? And so I go the next day like I did it. And I look, and now there is a bigger raccoon living in my chimney. I have a raccoon gauntlet where just the stronger one's like, I'm staying. Like, that's what's happening. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna have a human-sized raccoon in my kitchen, like, who's next? Let's do this. Just gonna have to move.
Subscribe to Dry Bar Comedy for even more of the world's largest collection of clean comedy.